What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another reaction. And today we got 5 times Larry Bird sought revenge, man. And before we get into it, man, I just want to talk about how y'all go crazy in the comments, man. Y'all go crazy over me. Every time I say something y'all don't like, y'all bombard me. Yo, I have my own opinions, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm gonna think how I'm gonna think. Like y'all say, I'm seeing some y'all say Larry Bird is better than Bron. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, come on, bro. Yeah, I feel like y'all just do anything to discredit my boy Bron right now. But I had not dig enough deep into Larry Bird to know if he's better than Bron yet. I don't know yet, you know. But me personally, bro, Bron is number 2. Like, yeah, I could accept MJ is the GOAT. He's better than Bron. Okay, I seen it. MJ different. 6-0 in the finals. Six finals MVPs. Scoring title every time he went to the finals and won. Had scoring title that year too. You know what I'm saying? 2 3-peats. Like, it's just different. It's just, I understand. Okay? But Larry Bird, he's better than Bron too. It's like y'all try to disrespect my boy. But I'm gonna give Larry Bird a chance to see, man. That's all we can do, man. The last Larry Bird reaction will be at the end of the video. Stay tuned for that. I'm not changing how I react for y'all. Don't even comment that. Water. Don't comment that. I'm not changing how I react for y'all. Just you give advice, yeah, but don't try to say like stop doing this, no. But it's my reaction channel. We're gonna do it how we do it over here, my brothers and sisters. Thank you very much. Yeah. Roll the 5 bands. Make sure you like the video, comment, subscribe. Tell me which one tracks from next. Turn on post notifications. Find me on the gram along official. Without further introduction, man, let's get into it.
Bird fights Kareem, slings the elbow, and now is yelling at Larry Bird.
You could never back down.
Jaw to jaw.
Once you do, people look at you different. You had to stand up for everything you believed in, and even if it's the one playing basketball, if somebody took the gloves off and wanted to go, you had to go. If you didn't, there's no use playing.
Okay. It was actually during Larry's time then.
When you take a look at Larry Bird, at first glance, he might not seem like the most intimidating guy. He doesn't really look like a scary dude at all. Many believed they could get away with pushing his buttons. But one thing you should know about the hick from French Lick, he always gets the last laugh. Game 5 of the first round in the 1991 NBA playoffs, Boston Celtics versus the Indiana Pacers. Larry Bird was approaching the end of his career. He had some serious back problems he was dealing with, and wasn't quite sure how much longer he can go. In fact, before this deciding Game 5, his teammates said that he was even struggling to put on his uniform. That's how much pain he was in. But with the series tied up 2 games apiece, he knew he had to use every last drop of fuel that was still in the tank, and on the other side was Chuck Person, nicknamed the Rifleman. Throughout the years, these two were sort of rivals and always talked trash to one another. For example, before a Christmas Day game, Person said to the media that he was going bird hunting, and when that comment made its way back to Bird, Bird made sure he would deliver a present to Chuck. Bird shot a 3-pointer right in front of Person who was sitting on the bench, then turned around to look at him and said, "Merry f***ing Christmas." Before the shot had even gone in yet, he would pull those kind of stunts before Steph even did it. So these two had some history, which made this elimination game all the more epic. The game was just like the previous 4 games in the series, very competitive and highly entertaining, both battling to keep their season alive. But with 4 minutes left to go in the first half, an unfortunate event would take place. Larry Bird dives for a loose ball, but ends up landing on his face.
Y'all told me he was playing with a broken cheekbone.
And immediately had to head back to the locker room. And it turns out that he broke his cheekbone, so the Celtics had no other choice but to play on without him. Boston was trying their best to hang in the game, but were obviously struggling to do so without Larry, while Chuck Person was definitely having fun. He was acting cocky the whole time, thinking that his Pacers were on the verge of advancing to the next round. But little did he know, Bird was actually keeping tabs on the game in the back. and couldn't stand the arrogance that the Pacers were displaying. So with 6 minutes left to go in the third quarter, he decided to return back to the game to shut him up. The image of him coming out of the tunnel was like something you would see in a movie, as the crowd gave him a much-deserved standing ovation. The doctor said that he probably had a concussion, but he did not let that stop him. His heroic efforts ignited a spark in the Celtics, as Boston took a commanding lead and never looked back. Bird ended the game with 32 points and willed his team to victory.
Yeah, it is a little special because
timeout. You the motherfucking timeout, nigga. You the motherfucking timeout.
But
That's how we feel.
It seems like I
You the
get the last
motherfucking
word.
timeout. Fuck. Come on, man. Don't play with us. We not. Come on, man. What is the Bird is very clutch, like clutch than a motherfucker, like, oh my god. But I think another thing that's her and Bird, what's her and the NBA legends, that's the older legends, is the tapes, man. Like if these tapes was high definition.
Here's another instance where the old man had to show the youngster who was boss. First, we have to talk about a matchup that Bird and Petrovic had in March of 1992. This game, Drazen was lighting it up. He shot 65% from the floor and was perfect from deep, leaving Bird and the Celtics extremely frustrated. Just when you thought he was finished, he put the dagger in Boston's heart unapologetically.
He is open for the jumper. We're tied. 39 for Drazen Petrovic.
He scored an impressive 39 points to get his team the win. Petro was quickly rising to fame, and before these two teams faced off again, the next time around, the pre-show made sure to remind everyone about that stellar performance.
The big question is who's going to guard Drazen Petrovic. Last time out against the Celtics, a career high 39 points. He certainly is a big factor.
And the way he was shooting in the Celtic game up there in Hartford, no one could guard him.
An amazing night for Drazen Petrovic.
About 4 minutes to go in the first quarter, he hit a three-pointer, and as he was backtracking, he got into Larry Bird's face and was talking some good trash. Now, Bird's not someone that you normally want to taunt, but
Drazen really lit it up in that last meeting in Hartford with 39 points.
All this hype that was going around about Drazen, you know Bird was listening. You could tell he was salivating at the mouth for some payback.
Score of 8-2. We play 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Here's Larry Bird.
come on, Larry Bird. Forget about that one.
This time, Bird was the one on fire, dropping 25 points, 9 assists, and 9 rebounds, while Drazen could barely even get a shot off. He produced a stat line that was not even close to the one he had during their earlier meeting, just a dull 12 points. He should have known that Bird never forgets anything. It's no secret that Larry Bird and Bill Laimbeer absolutely despised one another. Within this heated rivalry, we saw them go at each other's neck on multiple occasions. But in one game in particular, Larry Bird literally got instant revenge. It was Game 2 of the 1985 Eastern Conference semifinals between the Pistons and Celtics. Bill Laimbeer was deliberately elbowing Bird as soon as the game started. He wanted to take Bird out early, and he even ended up cutting his chin wide open. The way Laimbeer was playing out there was probably not the smartest idea. If Larry is the guy you're doing it to, he's not the type to just let you get away with that. And from that point on, Bird did not play around anymore.
Knocking Bird down. Larry wheels on Trapuka. Scored. Down. Bird outside.
Encouraging you. It's a little different situation, but the others know they're not involved.
Bird the rebound.
And on you, homie. Fuck you talking. What? How you look out touching your shit?
34 in the game for Larry Bird.
Now, don't get it twisted. Larry definitely welcomed physical play with open arms. But when you go out of your way to literally draw blood, all you end up accomplishing is releasing an angry Bird from his cage. He put up 31 points in the second half alone and wound up with a total of 42 points, making Bill instantly regret his actions. Back when Larry Bird was a freshman in college at Indiana University, it was said that the veterans on that team would kind of bully him, even though I know that is hard to believe, and that one player in specific Kent Benson, who was their starting center, constantly went out of his way to chastise him, always giving Bird a hard time since Larry was the new guy on the team, and rumors say that was part of the reason he didn't stay there very long and ultimately ended up transferring to Indiana State shortly after. Now fast forward to 1985, Bird was now on the Celtics while Benson played for the Pistons, and this is where Bird would finally get his revenge. Well, kinda. You see, while Bird did do his thing out there, it was Kevin McHale who was destroying Detroit, especially Kent Benson. And get this, Larry actually noticed that McHale had the hot hand and that Benson was struggling to guard him, so Bird encouraged McHale to keep making things miserable for Benson by simply feeding him the ball over and over again and grab some popcorn watching him go to work. Benson eventually even needed Laimbeer to help him stop McHale, but that also failed, and when it was all said and done, McHale ultimately broke the franchise record with 56 points, mostly at the expense of Kent Benson, which was really making him frustrated.
Blaine Reichelt, I think, has something on Kent Benson. Gotta be a tee. And he's gone. Benson has just been tossed from the game.
Now, Bird definitely appreciated the fact that McHale embarrassed Benson for him, but he wasn't quite done with McHale yet. You see,
this is the Style Master.
It's your own reverse. I feel him. You're not done. We're not done yet, man. Hold on. We're not done yet. Don't trip. Some verse or nah. Hold on. He bugging though. My man's got over for you. I'm about to get over for you.
See, by McHale going for 56 points, he actually broke Larry Bird's previous Celtics record, 53 points. And don't you think for one second that Larry didn't realize that. Larry even said after McHale's impressive performance that he should have gone for 60.
Larry, after the game, kiddingly told Kevin, you should have gone for 60.
He said, nah, you should have kept going because that may not last.
Well, the fact that he didn't go for 60 and that Bird secretly wanted to get the record back, he got the idea, why not go for 60 himself? So guess what? Only about a week later, Bird would put on a show that would go down in history forever. A performance that even made the opposite team go crazy. He went for 60 points against the Atlanta Hawks, reclaiming the franchise record in points in a single game. So I guess you could say that he got revenge on his very own teammate. During a 1987 contest between the Boston Celtics and the Chicago Bulls, Michael Jordan, who was still a baby at the time, attempted to guard Larry Bird, but he wasn't all that successful at it. Bird just took Jordan to the post at ease. So then head coach of the Bulls, Doug Collins, decided to put a slightly bigger player on Larry, forward Ben Poquet, and that only made things worse for Chicago because Bird took that as a personal insult. As soon as Collins put Poquet in the game to guard Larry, Larry said this out loud to Doug Collins: "Ben Poquet, are you kidding me?" And here's why Bird reacted in such a way. Quote, "As far as playing, I didn't care who guarded me. I just didn't want a white guy guarding me because it's disrespect to my game." And well, since Larry couldn't really tell Poquet to go sit back down, he thought he might as well humiliate him while he's at it.
Standing dribble at the stripe. Bird has it right of the circle. Fakes on Poquet. Gets to the lane. Fadeaway shot. Good. Pulls the 4-2 lead. Celtics on the attack. Bird has it right corner. He fires. Rimming. Good. Hit the top of the glass. Side left against Jordan. Bird pops and shoots from the right side and nails another one. Ainge between the circles. Swings it left to Bird. Shoots foul line. Good.
Larry Legend would ultimately drop 41 points, forcing Collins to think twice before quote-unquote disrespecting his game ever again. So there you go. All this man wanted to do was get the W for his team and go home to cut his grass in peace. But no, those players couldn't just let him be. They just had to provoke the legend and ultimately had to pay the price. Comment down below what your all-time...
And that's the end of this one, y'all. 5 times Larry Bird sought revenge. If you enjoyed this reaction, make sure you click on the last Larry Bird reaction on your screen right now, man. We're on the road to 5,000 subscribers. My fault. Make sure you like the video, comment, subscribe. Tell me which one to react to next. Tell me post notifications. Find me in the Gram Low Official link in the description, man. And I'm out here.